Good morning, students. So in this section we will be discussing a few important questions that were asked repeatedly for the various entrance examination including your NEET examination. So I will read out the first question, that is from the biology. Classification of Porifera is based on, classification of phylum Porifera is based on options. Option A, branching. Option B, spicules. Option C, reproduction. And option D, symmetry. We know that the phylum Porifera is also called sponges. Okay, it is a marine phylum which includes most of the members are marine or aquatic members. Okay, and this classification of Porifera is further classified, and the question is asked like this: what is the basics for this classification? The options are branching, spicules, reproduction and symmetry. So for this question the answer is option D, spicules. Okay, what do you mean by spicules? Spicules are nothing but the structural elements present in sponges, okay, which is meant for protection from predators and also for the support of the body or the shape of the body. Okay, so based on the composition of the spicules or the spongin fibers, the phylum Porifera is subdivided into three classes, and the classes are: the first class is Calcarea, second one Desmospongia, and the third one Hexactinellida. Okay, so based on the composition of the spicules, okay, whether this spicules is made up of calcareous spicules or siliceous spicules, okay, these sponges are subdivided into three classes. Okay, so for this question the classification is of Porifera is based on option B, spicules. Hope this answered your question. So here comes the second question. Examine the figure given below and select the right option giving all the four parts A, B, C and D respectively. The question is to find out the labeled portion, which is A, B, C and D. The options are A, archegoniophore, B, female thallus, C, gemma cup, D, rhizoid. Option D, A, archegoniophore, B, female thallus, C, bud and D, foot. Option C, A, seta, B, sporophyte, C, protonema and D, rhizoids. Option D, A, anthridiophore, B, male thallus, C, globule and D, roots. So for this particular question, we know this structure. We have the correct diagram in your NCERT text. What is this structure? This is the structure of a bryophyte called Marchantia. Okay, so this is Marchantia, which is a bryophyte. Okay, and what is the peculiarity of this Marchantia? This portion, which is green in color, okay, actually this portion which I have marked in black color is green color, which is the thallus, okay, the plant body, that is called the thallus. Thallus is a haploid structure, okay. And when we are discussing about the Marchantia, the bryophyte, it have two reproductive structure. The male reproductive structure is called the anthridiophore and the female reproductive structure is called the archegoniophore. Okay, so we have both male and female Marchantia which are present on separate thallus. Okay, what is the difference between anthridiophore and archegoniophore? In anthridiophore, anthridium is present, and in archegoniophore, archegonia is present. Okay, and when we are looking at the structure of archegoniophore, the archegoniophore is arising from the female thallus and the anthridiophore is arising from the male thallus. Okay, so anthridiophore and archegoniophore both have a stalk-like structure which bears an umbrella-shaped structure, that is the anthridiophore or the archegoniophore. But particularly in archegoniophore, there is a finger-like projection that will be drooping downwards. Okay, so from this diagram we can say that this is the archegoniophore. There are finger-like structures drooping down. Okay, so this is the archegoniophore. So the portion A labeled is archegoniophore. Since it is archegoniophore, we can simply say that the thallus, the plant body, is the female thallus. So B is female thallus. Okay. So when we are looking on the upper surface or the dorsal surface of the female thallus or the thallus, we can see a cup-like structure. What is this cup-like structure? The structure is called gemma cup. Okay. Inside the gemma cup, we can see a large number of gemmas. Okay. So what is the function of gemma, or what is this gemma cup meant for? this is for asexual reproduction. Okay, this gemma have asexual buds. Asexual buds called gemma or gemmae. Okay, these gemmae get detached from the thallus and will fall on soil or the substratum, and this will produce a new individual or a new thallus or the new plant body. Okay, so this one is the portion labeled C is gemma cup. Okay, then D, this portion is actually a root-like structure. We know that bryophytes have no root, no stem and no leaf. Okay, have root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structures. Okay, so here these root-like structures are called rhizoids. Rhizoids. What is the function of rhizoid? These rhizoids are mainly for the anchorage or the support. Okay, in order to the plant to get attached to the substratum or to the soil, these rhizoids helps in the attachment. Okay, so this portion is rhizoid. And which option says the correct one? Option this A is labeled as archegonia for, B is female thallus, C is the gemmae cup, and D is the rhizoid. So while we are looking at the option A, here it says that option A, archegonia for, B female thallus, C gemma cup, and D rhizoid. For this question, option A is the correct answer. So hope this answered your question. Moving to the third question. Which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda? Which of the following feature is not present? The question is evident. Not present in the phylum Arthropoda. The features are option A, chitinous exoskeleton, option B, metameric segmentation, option C, parapodia, and option D, jointed appendages. What is the peculiarity of phylum Arthropoda? Phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum. Phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum. It includes the insect, most of the insects, then crabs, crustaceans, mollusks, etc. Okay, the prawns, etc. Okay, so Arthropoda is the largest phylum. Okay, and the name Arthropoda comes from two Greek words, that is arthros, which means joint, and poda or podia means legs or feet. Okay, so Arthropoda means that they are organisms with jointed legs or jointed feet. Okay, they are organisms with jointed appendages. Jointed appendages. Okay, so when we are looking at the option, which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda? Here we have jointed appendages. It is evident that that is a wrong option because that is a feature of Arthropoda. Okay, so when we are moving to the other option, option A, chitinous exoskeleton. What do you mean by exoskeleton? It is the outermost covering or the outer covering of an organism. Okay, the exoskeleton is mainly for protection and also for support. Okay, so in the phylum Arthropoda, we know that it is made up of, the exoskeleton is made up of chitin. Chitin. Okay, so this also will be a wrong option. Okay, then we have metameric segmentation. What do you mean by metameric segmentation? The body is divided into metamers, segments. Okay, we know that there are two phylums with metameric segmentation. Which are the two phylums? They are Annelida, the phylum Annelida, and phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so these two phylums have metameric segmentation, so we can eliminate this option as well. Okay, then we have the parapodia, C. So for this question, parapodia is the right answer. What is this parapodia? Parapodia is actually the lateral appendages present in the case of the phylum Annelida, mainly the nereis, okay, which is an Annelida member. Okay, so parapodia is mainly for swimming or mainly for locomotion. Okay, and this parapodia is actually absent in the case of Arthropoda. Okay, so from this it is clear that option C is the right answer, and hope this answered your question.